The closest I ever came to dying wasn't when a bullet missed my head by an inch. It was when everything around me suddenly went silent. Silence in the middle of Fallujah. If you know war, you know that silence means something terrible is coming. People say the government never released the real stories from Fallujah. Well, this one, they definitely wouldn't want you to hear. My name is Sergeant Daniel Miller, United States Marine Corps, retired. For 20 years, I carried this story inside me like shrapnel buried under the skin. It hurt to touch, it hurt to remember. But today, for the first time, I'm ready to tell it. And before I begin, I want to speak directly to you. Whenever I get a moment, I read your comments, every single one of them. So tell me right now, where in the world are you watching this from? USA, UK, Canada, somewhere else? I genuinely want to know. And if you're new here and you want real soldier stories told with honesty, subscribe to the Old Soldier Diaries and like this video. All right, let's go back to the place that tried to kill me more than once. I was 23 when we got orders to move into Fallujah, Iraq, the most dangerous city in the world at that time. Before we even landed, I could feel the tension inside the helicopter. No joking, no talking, just the low thundering of the rotors above us sounding like a massive heartbeat. When we touched down, the heat hit me first. Then the smell. Dust, fire, metal, and something else. Something that told me we were not welcome here. Our job sounded simple. Clear the northern sector, street by street, house by house. What we didn't know was every inch of Fallujah was ready to kill us. On our second day, we entered a narrow alley. I remember stepping on a crushed soda can. The sound echoed strangely, bouncing off the walls like it was trying to warn someone ahead. And then, rat-tat-tat-tat! Machine gun fire exploded from a rooftop. Bricks shattered into dust. My friend Jenkins fell right beside me. His helmet rolled across the ground like it was trying to run away. I froze. I admit it. For a half second, I froze. But in Fallujah, a half second can get you killed. Corporal Diaz slammed his shoulder into me, just as pushing me behind a broken wall as bullets tore through the air where my head had been a moment earlier. My hand shook so badly, I almost dropped my rifle. That was the moment I realized this wasn't war. This was survival. Fallujah was a death maze. Every house was a trap. Every window was a threat. We fought through rooms so small that sometimes the enemy was only a few feet away. I kicked open a door once and found a room full of wires, batteries, and metal plates. It took me a moment to understand what I was staring at. An IED workshop, a bomb factory. If we had stepped anywhere else inside that house, we wouldn't be here today. We marked the location and moved on. But nothing compares to what happened next. We entered a house that looked too clean, untouched, dust-free, almost staged. That should have been our warning. Inside, in the corner, was a staircase leading down. We descended into darkness. At the bottom, our flashlights revealed a narrow tunnel carved into the earth. We exchanged a look, no words, just a silent agreement, and crawled inside. The tunnel felt like it was breathing. The walls scraped our shoulders, the floor was damp, and the air tasted like rust. Halfway in, we heard whispers, human voices close. Then, a muzzle flash lit up the tunnel. The gunfight that followed wasn't like movies. It was brutal, silent, animalistic. Too close for rifles, too tight for retreat. It was fists, elbows, knives, instinct. When it was finally over, 3 insurgents lay still in the dirt. And my hands, they wouldn't stop shaking. We crawled out alive, but a part of us stayed down there forever. The next 48 hours were hell. No sleep, no rest, just constant explosions, sniper fire, and the heavy pressure of knowing any second could be your last. I remember crouching behind the burned-out frame of a car. Bullets sliced the air inches from my face. Diaz was beside me whispering a prayer, something in Spanish, something desperate. Then came the blast that almost ended me. We were clearing a street when an IED hidden under rubble exploded. The force lifted me into the air. The world spun. My ears rang. My vision went white. For a moment, I thought I was dead. Through the smoke, I heard a voice, broken, coughing, desperate. "Miller, stay with me. Don't you go!" Diaz, dragging me, bleeding himself, trying to keep me alive. I owe him everything. When Fallujah was finally secured, we walked through the ruins in silence. The city once full of life, now reduced to dust and broken memories. We counted the men we lost. Jenkins, Parker, Reeves, names that echo inside my head even today. That night, I wrote in my diary, "Victory means nothing when the price is your brother's." People say soldiers come home from war, but the truth is, we never really leave it behind. Fallujah changed me. It taught me how fragile life is, how dangerous silence can be, and how strong a human becomes when everything around them falls apart. If you're still here, thank you for listening. Tell me in the comments, where in the world are you watching this from? USA, UK, Canada? Anywhere else? I genuinely want to know. And if you're new here and you want real soldier stories told with honesty, subscribe to the Old Soldier Diaries and like this video. All right, let's go back to the place that tried to kill me more than once. This is Sergeant Daniel Miller, signing off.